What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Orcs Must Die 3. The Tipping the Scales DLC for OMD 3 launched a couple of days ago, and it's time to run through and get our 5 skulls. So we're going to start off here in the Sandstorm shelter. Let's hop on in and get it done. And here we go. This particular map features 3 entrances. We got 2 down below that we'll be able to combine into 1 kill box right along this wall. And then we will have a 3rd that opens up later on over here where we'll have its own separate kill box. Now, this DLC and the new enemy that's introduced has a damage hit cap, meaning that they can only be hit for a certain amount of damage. So using like hard-hitting, slow-firing traps are not going to be the way to go. You're going to want to use things that do continuous damage for a lower amount, things that fire a little bit more rapidly for less damage, or anything that leaves a dot, say like the brimstone. Now, we're going to go ahead and bring along our stone staff. We've got increased secondary range on that, the Jar of Ghosts, the Mana Rage Trinket, arrow walls with fire, grinders that stay active longer, brimstone that resets faster, the tar trap, barricades, the window of butterflies with arcane damage, and then ceiling lasers that have increased numbers of beams. Now, as I mentioned, we're able to shut down one lane right out of the gate. So we can bring all this over to one lane right over here. We're just going to start off with something like this. Now, we got a 7-minute and 30-second par time, which is fairly quick, but very, very achievable. Now, if you don't see the par time on your screen, if you go to the options and go to gameplay, you can scroll down and you're going to see show par time listed right here in the settings. So if you don't see the par time there, make sure you go in and show the par time. That way you know exactly where you're at. So let's go ahead and fire it up and get things started. We're going to want to just stay aggressive this whole time. I'm going to start killing them right at the door here and then just let them walk me back into the kill box itself. Don't really want to CC anything up front. I'm just going to try to kill everything I can and just walk them backwards. Get a little bit of damage in. As soon as I get back to the kill box, we're going to go ahead and drop a Jar of Ghosts right there just to ease the tension a little bit for this first wave here. And we should be able to just burn through the rest of the pack. Of course, we've got that crowd control available with the stone staff, so we will use that back here in the kill box. I don't want to use it out front, as I don't want to just chew up any of the par time with crowd control when I can just continue to let it fly. So let's go ahead and throw a brimstone up front. We'll grow another tar. We'll get a barricade. And then we got enough for some ceiling lasers. So let's go ahead and drop a couple of ceiling lasers down. And then rinse and repeat. Same thing here. We're going to have this other side opened up. We're still able to bring everything into this one kill box. We don't have to do anything over on the other side yet. But we're just going to use this area just to wreck all the enemies up. So once again, 7.5 minutes. The 5th skull on this one is really all about that par time. Well, I mean, it always is. But the par time on this one being 7 minutes, it's pretty easy to squander 7 minutes away if you're not careful. So if you're going for the 5 skull run, just make sure you keep things going and keep them moving as quickly as possible. We still have quite a few enemies coming. We can continue to build this out, though. Let's go ahead and get our window of butterflies out there. Same thing with the window. I don't want it right at the front of the kill box because I do want to make sure the enemies are inside the kill box before they get CC'd. Okay, so now we got a little bit of a break and we have this lane opening up. So we're basically going to do the exact same kill box on both sides. The difference here, we do have a little bit more available to get things started. Now, all the way up until the last wave, the enemies will come very staggered. So you're going to be able to kill this lane down, then move over and do that side. But, you know, as always, the minimap is there for a reason. So let's make sure that if there are any leaks, we're able to run over and get it addressed as quickly as possible. Now, this first lane over here is relatively light, so not a whole lot of trouble here burning through these guys. As soon as they're all out, we want to just head over here and get ready for what's to come in this lane. Now, as we get mana, or as we get more coin, pardon me, we are going to just go ahead and continue to build it out a little bit more. Next up, I think, is I want another brimstone right here at the end of this kill box. And I think shy of maybe one more grinder, I think we're pretty much done over on this side. So things are looking pretty solid over here, and we're going to keep burning them out. So even though we just have the 7.5 minute part time, I think we've got... we should end with 30 seconds or so at least left over. So we'll have a little bit of part-time to work with there if there is some sort of emergency. Let's go ahead and put one more grinder right there, and then let's get this area built out a little bit more. We can go, let's throw a window in the back. Let's go ahead and get our ceiling lasers in as well. Just trying to get as much power as we can here. I'm putting the window way in the back because, once again, I don't want the enemies turning around out front. I want them dead. So I want, if they're going to be crowd controlled at all, I want it to happen inside of the kill box area where they're still going to be taking that continuous damage. Now we can start strengthening up this area just a touch by going just with like another barricade over here. Will make a big difference, keeping the enemies closer to the rail. And now we've got this lane is now at the kill box, so we'll go ahead and work them down over here. We're making pretty good time here. We're midway through wave 4, and we still have 3 minutes left. So plenty of time to get the job done here. Just need to make sure you're paying attention and recognizing that that part time is there. There's not a whole lot of time to sit around on this one. Well, we should be able to get these guys burned out relatively quick. Alright, let's do the same thing here. We'll go with one more barricade there. I think we're actually looking pretty darn good here now. We can go with one more grinder. Now we can start thinking about some up-front killing. We see these sides are coming out first. Basically what I'm trying to do here is just thin the pack a little. So get a few enemies dead up front. The more that dies up front, of course we lose the combo potential. But it's one less enemy that we have to deal with at the kill box itself. We start to get any pressure here at all, we can go ahead and drop the jar. You see we've got a little bit of an overlap. So like here, we're going to want to start really watching that other side. We still got a few enemies to go here, but they're pushing into the kill box on the other side quite readily there. So let's go ahead and get this troll down, and then let's clean up what pushed through. So we've got just a few enemies to clear out here. If I can find this ogre's head, it would be just glorious. We've got our new assassins. And let's just clean up the rest of this lane. And looking really, really solid. So let's see. Let's get rid of that. Let's go another brimstone there. And, we'll go one more barricade there just to keep the enemies all the way up against the wall. Let's go ahead and spam that last 3,000 around. We're on the final wave now, so no holding back here now. Let's just spam it up and get as many kills in as we can. Now, wave 6 here, the timing of the lanes are much less staggered. You're going to have enemies over on the other side, as you see here. And I'm really going to take advantage of the Jar of Ghosts. So as soon as the heavier mobs make it up to the kill box here, and I get them down, I'm just going to drop a jar at the end of this kill box and head over to the other side. So, looks like we've got one pushing through. I actually think now would be a good time to do it. Let's get that ogre down, at least. Okay, the ogre is down. Let's go do our last-minute cleanup over here. And there we go. So, 36 seconds left. A little bit of time to spare there, no doubt about it. But that is a little 5-skull run right here on the Sandstorm Shelter. As I mentioned earlier, I am going to go through all the maps on Warmage and on Riftlord, so I'm looking forward to getting in and getting those maps done. But that will do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.